Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of Daily Driven Jalopies. In this episode, we're going to see how bad I can or cannot mess this up. Don't know. All I know is I got one on over there, body work. This one's on, hardening. On the inside now is hardening. A lot has happened since the last video. Stay tuned. Let's get to work. Alright guys, so since the last video, I got this piece on the car completely. I got some mud on here. I got a sand, but it's fiberglassed everywhere. I mean, this thing isn't going anywhere. Got that on the car permanently. Got the back of the spoiler all shaped out. Curved out beautifully. Got this piece starting to mold onto the car. Haven't done the inside yet. This tape's just down here for, I guess, catch some of this glue or whatever. Got it molded onto the car up front. And we got a few good layers of glass up here. And this is molded. So now, what you're going to see is I'm going to take all this fiberglass that we got here. Try and get it up there. But I think we're going to put a layer of that tinfoil tape here up. So this fiberglass has something to stick to, because I kind of did it directly to foam over here, and I'm not sure how well that's going to turn out. So we'll see how good this is going to turn out. This I might have to redo, or at least put more layers on it to get more structure out of it. But didn't really like how that works, so we're going to put some of this tinfoil tape down that I got on here. And then we're going to go ahead and mix up some glass and start getting this molded to here. And I did go ahead and glue this to the trunk, so it's physically a part of this trunk lid now. It's not going nowhere. So this will mainly just be gripped from here up. I don't think it'll be an issue in the future because, yeah, like I said, it's glued to the trunk lid. It ain't going nowhere. So alright, I'll set you guys up and I'll get to work. Alright guys, and just like that, I got all that fiberglass that was down here up on the back side of this spoiler and the trunk. Turned out pretty good. It's drying now. This stuff over here for that end cap piece is still drying as well. So I got a lot of fiberglass that's sitting here drying. I went ahead and sanded this. I got to put some more mud on it and level some holes. Make it a little flatter yet. Here I got to work it a little bit better. Building it up right now. It's a lot of work to flatten this stuff out and make it look good. It's one thing making it apart, but when you gotta make it look like something, it sure is a lot of work. This is gonna need a lot of body work too. This is pretty dry up here. That's good to go. Mold it onto the car, glued onto the car. You can kind of get a view of what it's going to look like a little bit, besides all the excess fiberglass. And I got this shaped to the end of the trunk now. So when that comes down, it is right in line with this. As you can tell, I'm working on all the... See that angle I'm talking about now? It kind of like curves out. And you got to work that angle. So that's what we're doing now, is getting our gap good on this. I'm not going to spend too much time on this now because I got a lot more body work to do on all these other pieces. We'll do it all at the same time. But I'm going to call that good for now. And I'm going to let this stuff dry. It'll take a while, quite a few hours. So not quite sure if we're going to be back tonight. It's already in the late evening. I'll probably come back at this again tomorrow. Give this fiberglass good time to dry. That way we don't mess anything up, because this stuff isn't exactly cheap. And I really don't want to mess it up. So tomorrow we're going to cut away all this excess fiberglass on the sides and the bottom top, all that. And then that piece too over here, we're going to cut away all the excess we got to cut away. Sand what we got to sand. Do some more fiberglass in here yet. This is still drying too on this inside and back here. Don't know why that's exactly still drying. Maybe I didn't put as much hardener in that. But it's really tacky. It's dry enough, but yeah, I'm gonna get myself out of all the fumes in here. All that epoxy's drying and releasing all the vapor gases in the garage, and it's not exactly that big in here, so we can kind of see the dream a little bit. I really like how it's coming. I did add more foam to the end of this spoiler, so all our gaps are looking really good now. We just got to sand and body work and do all the stuff that takes a lot of hours. So a lot of this, I'm going to save you guys the boring sanding and all that, and just go ahead and do it and show you guys a lot of the end result. So just like this, did all this off camera. Save you guys all the boring sanding and fiberglassing and everything over and over and over again. Don't want you guys to get bored, so I'll see you guys tomorrow once this is dry. Alright guys, next day here in the Daily Driven Jalopi's garage. And as you can tell, our fiberglass is dry today. And what I didn't show on camera is I didn't go inside and let this dry last night. I just opened up the door and let all the fumes out. And still inhaled a whole bunch of fumes. That was great. But then I continued to do more fiberglass yesterday. And I did a layer over the front half and the back half onto the back here. So it goes down the front quite a ways and down this back quite a ways to give me my clip up here. Now what I'm going to do today is cut away a lot of this excess fiberglass we got hanging off the trunk here. Cut away on the edges, sand that down flat again, and rough up this just a little bit, not a lot, because we don't want to go through a lot of these layers, and start doing some body work on this spoiler. So I'm going to get to work and I'll show you guys a little bit of it. I won't bore you with everything, but let's get to work. Alright guys, and just like that, we got these fiberglass. They're drying really good. So we'll let that dry, as well as over here. We got this molded into the car, drying up good. And this side of the spoiler turned out really good as well. So that's all drying up. But as if I didn't have enough stuff going on already, and working and building this spoiler out of foam and fiberglass and everything, it's turning out really good. I just added a whole bunch more work to my schedule. You know, I was looking at that rendering picture in our intro, this picture, and, well, you know, this wing's not in that picture, so this is an add-on for that picture. But one thing that we haven't done that's in that picture is the wide body. And that took me, I don't know, about an hour and a half or so to get all that rigged up and looking at the pictures and everything and flipping back and forth, making sure I'm doing it right. What you can't see is the wire and stuff that has the angle of the body lines and stuff like that. But I'm going to let that dry as well, and we'll shape on that later and make it look like something. So, yeah, I'll show you guys the other side of the car. We gotta let our foam dry so we could shape everything, but what you can't see is I got a piece of wire that follows the body line here, and then it kicks out to this new outer lip here, right in this area. So we gotta shape this in right here and right here to our body line, and then shape this in. So it'll look good once we get it done. I know it looks kind of bad right now, but look at that. It's a 2-inch, what would you call it, wide body. From the body, old body lip to the new body lip is 2 inches. So we're bringing this wheel well out 2 inches. And yeah, gotta have it, right? I mean, the rendering has it, so yeah. That'll look pretty sick. So if we didn't have enough going on already, had to add that to it. I think the shaping and fiberglass of that will be a lot easier than working with all these angles and everything in this spoiler, all these round curves and stuff. This has been a lot of work. The fiberglass is tricky when you want to get it on all these curves and stuff, but I got it to work on all this, thank gosh. And that's a lot flatter. We just got, it'll have a curve going down and in. It's all mainly flat, so all that'll be easy to fiberglass. So yeah, I'm gonna let that dry, let that stuff dry, and I'll be right back with you guys. Hey guys, welcome back. And as you can tell, I got this thing shaped out, and it's looking a little bit more like the rendering. I'll insert that picture here. As you can tell, she's looking pretty sweet. Got that angle we're looking for here, and then it curves up just like the rendering. So what we're gonna do now is take some of this, I call it tinfoil tape, that's that like ducting tape they use for ducting. We're gonna put that on all of this, up onto the car a little ways, because we're just gonna make a mold of this. There won't be any foam involved in this one or nothing. It's gonna be like having a body kit on the car. So we're gonna stick this on here and get a good fiberglass piece out of this. And what I'm hoping for is that this whole entire piece here, you can tell it angles out towards the front, curves up, looks beautiful. But what I'm hoping is that back wheel arch is the same as this front wheel arch. I think it is. We're going to find out. I am going to take a mold of all that, let it dry, peel it off the car. Hopefully we don't peel all the foam and everything with it. I don't think we will. But peel it off the car, put her up here, and hopefully it works, because then we don't have to do this 4 times, because styrofoam really makes a mess out of the garage. And I really don't want to do it 4 times. So hoping that that back template, what we got going on, will work for the front too. I think it's the same distance and everything, front to back. From what I've been looking at, it looks like it is. So we're going to find out. I'll put you guys up on a little time lapse. And yeah, let's get to work. Looks like it's really wide, but it's only 2 inches. That's what she said. Alright guys, and just like that, we got it covered in this, I keep calling tinfoil tape, but like ducting tape. Now what we're going to do is take some mother's wax all this just to add another little buffer zone for this to peel off the car better. This is pretty smooth, but I want a little bit more of a layer there so it maybe release better. I really like how this is looking. It looks a lot like the rendering, how it comes right to that point of the wheel well, and it curves right here, starts that curve up like you see in the rendering, and it angles in just like the rendering. So I think we nailed it pretty good with the rendering. Spent a lot of time carving foam off and sanding. Made a huge mess in the shop, so we'll have some cleanup to do here. But for tonight, I want to do the mothers. I got a whole bunch more fiberglass mat over here. I'm going to lay it out on the car, cut out the wheel well area, and do probably 3 layers of fiberglass and resin. Let it dry. I'm not sure how fast it's going to dry. It's not too late, but if it's not too late, maybe we'll get a chance to peel this off the car tonight. I don't know, but this keep working, so maybe we could peel it off the car tonight and see if it works out front. I would be ecstatic if it works out front, because then we don't got to do this 4 times. So, yeah, I got to stop looking at it and get to work. Let's go. Alright guys, and just like that, we got 3 layers of fiberglass mat down and some resin. I got the heat going in the shop, heated up really good in here, so it has a good chance to cure really good, get really hard for tomorrow. We're going to cross our fingers that our wheel well opening is exactly the same as the rear, or at least pretty close. Then we could just do basically another whole fiberglass fender of this tomorrow as well, which I'll probably save you guys from that, but I'll do a whole another 3 layers of this on here tomorrow, and that'll be the quarter panel, and we'll have the front and the rear done. That'll be awesome. And then, yeah, we'll start doing some more body work on the spoiler this week, get that better. Yeah, probably mold these on the car this week, get that done, and just start doing body work, you know, on our front fender or rear fender. I'd love to have all that done and start working our way that way to this back bumper and all the stuff that we kind of sidetracked because we started building this custom spoiler, which you guys seen in previous videos, which isn't done, nowhere near done. We got to do a whole bunch of body work and everything on that, but I think I'm going to do all of the body work at the same time, do all of these fenders at the same time, the car, everything. That way, yeah, basically wear myself out doing body work. That's basically what I was doing with this spoiler, to be honest with you guys. Basically just wearing myself out doing the same thing. I didn't want to bore you guys out with the same old content. Building these pieces and fiberglass work and all the same stuff. So giving you guys some good new content with building the wide body, and we'll have to do some cutaway stuff and inner structure for the new wheel well. All that stuff too is coming, but I don't want to bore you guys out with doing a whole bunch of the same stuff. So tomorrow you'll see me check this out when I get done with work, peeling it off the car. We'll flip you guys around, we'll go to the front, and we'll find out together if this is going to work up front. It might require some trimming because the front fenders are obviously a little different. They're shorter. Like that side might work, but this side's not this long for a body line. So I might just have to cut it like right in here after this arch is done right away. But if the wheel well opening works and it looks like it'll work, that's awesome. Tomorrow, I'll save you guys from re-fiberglassing this. I'll get that done so we can peel all this foam off and continue working. So, you guys have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's the next day. And I know what I said. I said we were going to peel that off the car and see if it works up front. Well, it works up front, and it looks really good. I still got to do some trimming and stuff on it because it was molded off the back. But for the most part, there's really not much trimming at all really on that. And we could just go straight into molding it on the car eventually, but I still want to add a couple more layers to that one. It does have a little bit of squish to it. I mean, it's 3 layers, so it is really strong. Like, it's pretty strong, but I got another one done already. That one's 5 layers. So we're going to see how that is. And if that one turns out to be a lot stronger, and I also got it to fold up under. Me and my brother actually did that one together, and I saved you guys all the pain and agony of watching me do the same thing again. And we still got to do it 2 more times, so I'll be doing that stuff off camera. Unless it's something you guys want to see. But yeah, if that one turns out good, we're gonna add 2 more layers onto this when we mold it to the car. So when we mold this one to the car, we'll just make sure we do 2 more layers over it as well, if not a little bit more, because yeah, those will be 5 layers plus whatever I used to mold it onto the car with. So I might end up adding 3 onto this one. So yeah, but it looks really good. Let me show you guys that. Hey guys, and just like that, we got ourselves 2 wide body fender flares for this wide body Trans Am rendering here that we're working on. If you ask me, I think she's looking pretty good. She's got some pretty good hips on her now. But believe it or not, it's only 2 inches wider from the wheel well, the original wheel well, to the outside of the new lip is only 2 inches. And it looks a lot more than that. It looks aggressive. But I think it's just the angles of it and the curves of it. How it curves up so high. I think it just looks like it's a lot wider than 2 inches. But from the old lip of the quarter panel to the new lip of the, let's just say, wide body kit fender flares, it's only 2 inches. And I'll insert that picture up here. It looks exactly proportionate to the rendering. So I think we nailed it with that. And I am really happy. So that being said, that's going to be episode number 1 of the wide body Trans Am, let's call it. I am ecstatic. It looks amazing. I am going to call it a night, get inside, get a lot of this video footage uploaded for you guys, get it out, and keep working. So if you guys like this wide body project here, let me know in the comments. I'm putting out a little bit of shorts and everything on it, you know. Let me know what you guys think. And make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Well, we're probably going to be, well, I don't know, probably doing more fiberglass work because seems like that's all I do around here. Oh, yeah. Side note, I picked up our next project car, and it involves more fiberglass. It's not a Corvette. Have a good night.